welcome to another video. Today I'm breaking down the full SMMA blueprint, what it is, if it's right for you, how to get into it, and the things that you actually don't know about SMMA. I hope you guys enjoy this one, and I'll see you guys in there. All right, let's go.
The first place we have to start is just, what is SMMA? It's just marketing. A lot of people, use this trending word. It's kind of annoying. And I just tell everybody it's just marketing. And the reason that's important is because all of marketing is just taking a business. If you could imagine a business is making and I always use this really low number example, let's say a business is making $1 and you come into the business and you help them go from $1 to now they are making $2. Okay. Very, very simple math, nothing super complicated, but the premise is through your service and through what you provide, you're just increasing the amount of money that they're making. And because of that, you might get maybe 15 cents, okay, for every dollar that they get. And this is just the overall principle of marketing, kind of getting a person's brand out there, being able to help them, get more clients and get obviously more revenue. Everything just comes down to making more money. And that's all you do. So then the question is, how do you do that? And it's really, really simple. Actually, people overcomplicate it because they want to sell you courses. And that's kind of what I've learned is just people that overcomplicate things just want to sell you something. So you could do a lot of different things in marketing as far as online marketing goes. In general, these are just the services that you provide. And I'm listing them off. You could do content creation. You could do Facebook ads. You could do web design. You could do SEO, content editing. You could just do editing if you wanted to. You could do copywriting. You could do AI automation to make processes easier, to cut down costs. The other thing that works with marketing is getting the brand out there to more people, but also saving them more money as well by cutting costs. So really, whatever service that you can creatively think of, these are probably the most well-known options out there. Also, lead generation is a huge one. This one is probably the most, I would say, profitable as far as risk to reward goes, just because if I bring you 5 clients and I charge you $2,000 for that, after you get all 5 clients, you can understand why this probably is the best, most lucrative option as far as you're not really risking much. I'm just bringing you clients. It also requires a lot of work. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Awesome. Cool. So this is just the services as far as things that you can provide. Now, your question is, how do you go from, picking something to actually going and helping somebody earn a little bit more money and actually going ahead and going from $1 to $2? Like, what does the step-by-step process look like? Really, really straightforward, really simple. First thing is obviously pick service. This is like the most basic thing. And the funny thing is all people that come to me, they all want to do Facebook ads because they all watch Iman Gadget. And everyone comes from Iman saying Facebook ads is the best. Whatever. You can really pick whatever service you want. I don't recommend Facebook ads. It's really hard. Once you pick a service, you learn the service. Okay, you learn about it, you learn the skill, and this is just skills. I always recommend people, going ahead and getting skills first. This is I would say, you could do step 2.1 is test client. This is how you learn the skill. If you don't want to go read textbooks, watch videos, you go and get a test client, and you learn by doing. Right? That's step 2.1. Step 3 is you do outreach. And this is just trying to do cold calling, cold emailing, all of that work to go ahead and get the first client. The fourth thing is the appointment. Once you actually get somebody on the phone, you set them appointment. And this is also called the sales call. This is where you try to close them. Step 5 is close. Step 6 is client. And then everything after that is repeat 1 through 6, right? Thoughts?
It's definitely, I think you definitely streamlined it. You made it simpler for the process. A lot of us don't know how to really start the client process,
Yeah. So pretty much what a lot of people miss because they watch Iman is they go from picking the service or the niche or whatever you call it straight to doing outreach. And nobody ever emphasizes, and this is the reason why if you think about the percentage and why most people fail, is because they don't do this, the step 2 and the step 2.1. People don't have patience. They want to get rich in 90 days. They don't want to be able to get rich for sure and actually have a viable skill set. So they'll go ahead and they'll say, oh, wow, like I want to go ahead and make a lot of money, but they're not going to actually put in the work. This whole process that I just laid out to you, this is a 5-year plan. Okay. If you want to actually slim it down a little bit, we could say 2-year plan, but 5-year, like this is what you're going to be doing for the next 2 to 5 years, like without a doubt, if you want to stay in this business. And the reason I say that is because once you get to the point where you have a client and you get there, you just keep repeating this step over and over and over and over and over. Except actually I lied. You don't repeat 1 through 6. You repeat steps 3 through 6. You just do outreach, get appointments, close, client, outreach, close. And then the client part, you actually have to do fulfillment too. So we'll say 6.1 is fulfilling. And this just means doing the service, right? Like whatever you told them that you were going to do, this is the part where you actually go ahead and do the thing, which most people also fail at because they also don't have skills. So what ends up happening, and this is the majority of people, they will pick a service, do outreach, get an appointment, close the client, get the client, and then they will fail because they won't be able to fulfill and they never learn the skill, which prevents you from being able to do the thing. So then you're stuck and the business fails and then they quit. If you really want to learn, I would say the next 3 months, the next 90 days, learn everything you can about the service, actually go and practice it as much as you possibly can before you get in front of somebody, get a test client, then do outreach, cold call, build like a whole base. And I would say once you do this, once you actually do the skills, I would spend all of your time doing outreach every day, 100 outreach a day without fail. Don't ever quit doing that because honestly, it's the only way to acquire clients. This is just client acquisition. You'll hear a lot of people say it, or lead generation or whatever. This is the most important thing in the business. Once you actually know what you're doing, once you actually have a skill, this is what most people don't do, but this is what, if you want to be successful, you just have to do this all the time. And learning closing, getting clients and fulfilling them. This is also why it takes 2 years because some services just take a long ass time to fulfill. You just repeat it. This is the game plan, man. Like,
I do have a question though.
yeah.
So which services are like the most profitable? Which ones bring in the most clients? Which ones like bring like a consistent?
Yeah. So that's a great question. I want to illustrate it by showing you this first. I talk about this a lot. It's the value ladder. And have you ever seen the value ladder?
No, I have not actually.
Okay. So we're going to imagine the ladder itself is your business. This is your company, and every row or rung on the ladder is the products that your business offers. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So let's say you sell t-shirts, you sell hats, you sell mugs, you sell paintings, you sell, like you're a store, you sell a lot of different things within your business. Those are going to be priced differently. And those prices, as you go up the ladder, if you go up the ladder this way, the higher you go, the more expensive the tickets, ticket meaning price. And then, the lower on the ladder, it's really where you start. Also, the other thing to note is as you increase and you go up the ladder, you're going to have to build more trust before you sell, right? Before you get the money, you need more trust with your client. So if you're going and pitching $1,000 thing and you've never sold them a $10 or $100 thing, you need a lot more skills than if you walk up to somebody and say, can I give you a t-shirt for $10, right? You could probably sell a lot of t-shirts, but you would have to sell 100 t-shirts to get to $1,000. Whereas you only sell $1,000 thing and you don't have to worry about selling 100 of them. So yeah, people look at the most profitable, people think about the most expensive, but with that, you need a lot more trust and you need a lot more skills. So, and we also have a term that we call it retainer. This is just month to month or year-to-year contracts where you can predict your income because they owe you money every single month. So that would be the top tier, also $1,000 plus. We could really start talking about like really expensive stuff. So your question was, what stuff is the most profitable? It's all profitable. You can make millions of dollars doing any of these things and everything else that I haven't listed. And you could do it relatively in a good fashion. The thing is, the thing that you spend the time on is the thing that you make the money with. So if you spend every day of your life doing Facebook ads or SEO, would you think it would be unreasonable to not make a lot of money with it? If you're doing all the things properly, every step of this row, like if you did all of it 100% correct and you did it for the rest of your life, do you think it would be profitable?
I think so.
Yeah. So I will tell you that you can charge more for
So it's more, okay.
you can. So the better question is, what can you charge the most for? I would say you can charge the most for lead generation. You can charge the most for paid advertising, because if you think about it, if you are direct, like if I give you $100 right now and in 1 week you give me 200 back because you have gotten me new clients, I would just keep giving you money, because as long as that funnel or as long as that system doesn't break down and I don't keep returning a profit, you can charge whatever you want for that. So lead generation is literally, hey, Jarvis, I'm going to go ahead and bring you 5 new clients this month, and each of those clients are going to pay you $10,000. So that's going to be $50,000 of new business. Would you mind giving me at least $5,000 in return? Of course, because they just 10x their money. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And then the same thing with Facebook ads. Obviously, web design, people charge $10,000 for websites if they're really good at them. SEO, you can also charge really expensive. These are retainer products too. All of these can be retainers if you really think about it hard enough.
Hopefully after this short little video, you've gotten a little bit of understanding, insight on actually what the actual process, the workflow of going from nothing to getting the first client, repeating the process and building an SMMA actually looks like. If you have any other questions, comment below. If you want to be coached by me one-on-one, you know where to find me in the comment sections below. All right, guys, I'll see you all in the next episode. Peace out.